Despite sluggish growth in the U.S. and wealthier nations in Europe, the IMF says the global economy will grow 4.8% this year, with the numbers expected to edge lower in 2011. IMF economic counselor Olivier Blanchard says most of the growth has come from emerging economies, especially in Asia.
Our forecast for emerging and developing countries as a whole are for 7.1% for 2010 and 6.4% for 2011. If you turn to emerging Asia, we forecast growth in emerging Asia to reach 9.4% this year, 8.4% next year.
To sustain what he called an uneven and fragile recovery, Blanchard says the world economy will require some rebalancing.
The question is whether a more balanced recovery can be achieved, and the answer is yes, but it requires two complex global rebalancing acts. And indeed, rebalancing is one of the main themes of our report.
To achieve that goal, Blanchard says wealthy nations such as the U.S. must boost exports, while faster-growing economies must reduce their dependence on foreign markets while stimulating domestic demand. Finding balance was also on the mind of Timothy Geithner, who spoke at the Brookings Institution. Without mentioning China by name, the U.S. Treasury Secretary prodded Beijing to move faster on raising the value of its currency.
We believe it's very important to see more progress by the major emerging economies to more flexible, market-oriented exchange rate systems. This is particularly important for those countries whose currencies are significantly undervalued.
The U.S. believes the Chinese government undervalues its currency to give its exports a competitive edge while making foreign imports to that country more expensive. The IMF says the issue of exchange rates and rebalancing the global economy will be high on the agenda when the world's 20 biggest economies meet in South Korea later this year. Millar Sega, VOA News.
I got a delegation anyway from your parliament.